Everyone has a story to tell. Education is the most important thing for human beings. It is a continuous and lifelong process. It brings a great change in our life. Life becomes prosperous and meaningful. It is the foundation of human development. And now, let us witness the story of our grandmother and grandfather about their experiences in education before. What were their aims in going to school? How does schooling before different in the present time? What are their difficulties or concerns about going to school? And what are our insights or reflection on their experiences before? Vicenta Tabanao. Her aims in going to school were to learn, to finish at least high school, and find a job to be able to support their family financially. Anastasia Barikit. Her aims in going to school were to finish schooling and have a proper learning and a high profit job so that she can help her parents and help them raise her siblings. Unfortunately, she doesn't able to finish schooling because there are lack of financial assistance. Dulcissimo Laping. His primary aims to go in school was the eagerness. He wanted to learn from school despite the hardship of life he experienced before. Adelaida Cantutay. Her goals for attending school were to learn new things, complete high school and college, and find a better job. How does schooling before different in the present time? Schooling before was hard because they don't have transportation and technology in their place. And present time, schooling improved, many school buildings are established and there are transportation that make the travel more easier and faster. There are also high technologies nowadays that are really beneficial for the student. She said that going to school before was very hard for her because her family was lack of financial assistance to support their needs and there was no technology before that could help them on learning. And contrast to that, today's generation, the education is more advanced and the students were able to study their lessons more advanced. Additionally, in today's generation, the government were helping students on going to school by offering a financial or educational assistance that could support them on schooling, unlike before that going to school was really hard for her because back then her family were lacking of financial to support her. Schooling before was different because it was difficult task to gain knowledge in the past that they based on books and lectures, but now with the use of technology, this modern education has evolving. Vast technology that is accessible for all and easy to learn from the learning setting. The materials needed in school has a huge gap than before because students in this present time are taught about science, technology, language skills, and etc. That's why students has more widened knowledge they imparted. Prior to this, schooling was extremely difficult. She observed that there were limited schools, transportation, and no technology. In today's world, educational systems have improved. Many school buildings have been built and transportation has been developed to make travel easier and faster. There are also high-tech solutions available today that are extremely beneficial to students. What are their difficulties or concerns about going to school? The school was far from their houses. They don't have allowance, don't have enough materials and technologies. She said that before her family were living very far from the school, she needs to wake up early and walk every day so that she can arrive to school early. Additionally, her father and mother were just farmers, so she didn't have any allowance and couldn't afford to buy enough materials for schooling. Back then, there was no proper educational settings for them to learn well because there was no building establishment. The reasons of his difficulties or concerns about his schooling experiences was the transportation, that their house was far from the school. That's why in the morning, they woke up early so that they can arrive on time. Also, the important things needed in school can't buy due of their status in life. In fact, unfortunate enough to buy those important things because of the financial problem. Her home was a long way from the school. She was not given any allowance. There are insufficient materials and technologies. What are our insights or reflection on their experiences before? Their past educational experiences were vastly different from what they have now. Everything has changed as a result of globalization. It was difficult and different from what we had heard from our grandmothers and grandfathers, but it was still valuable and important as their educational system. Education is much better now than it was previously. We have materials and access to the internet, which makes everything much easier. We are trying to understand the responses more thoroughly, and we discovered that the main difference between educations in the past and the educations today is that they did not have access to technology, and their government did not provide any educational assistance to them, whereas now we can use technology to study our lessons in advance, and the government assists us with our schooling. We learn about their educational difficulties. They had difficulty going to school in the past due to a lack of transportation, financial assistance, and other factors. However, we are now able to attend school with convenient and easy transportation. They are, however, fortunate in that they were able to learn and demonstrate to everyone that they are capable despite having faced numerous adversities in life. We believe that education will bring us the opportunity to make a difference.